what is something that you thought about business before you started that reality changed real fast?
Yeah, so I think the most surprising thing for me was the rate of change. Something that you thought would work even about 10 minutes ago might not continue to work in the future. And so being really easy to adapt and learn around those challenges was something that took me by surprise.
You got to move quick, right?
Yeah, you do, especially in the real estate business.
Hello and welcome to the Kanawha Valley Hustlers. This is Joe Justice. I'm here with Shelby. Shelby, tell me, what's your hustle?
Yeah, so I am the founder of B Real Estate Services, which is a customized transaction coordination service for real estate agents both in Indiana and West Virginia.
So what got you into doing that type of work?
Yeah, so I have been in lending and in title for 10 years, and I, through that experience, saw all of the ways in which a deal could fall apart. And the part that I loved about that was that I got to learn how to create really efficient systems. And so I've wrapped my brain around how to build those systems to better help agents to spend more time selling or spend more time with their families, do more of what they love to do.
And how long have you been doing this?
My business just turned 1 year old.
Oh, wow. So pretty new to it. Well, tell me, what's a mistake that you made early on? What'd you learn from it?
Yeah, I made that classic mistake of scaling too early. So there was an opportunity for some growth and I was ready to attack it. And then the growth slowed a little bit. And the person that I brought on wasn't the right fit. And I'm really grateful that I did that though, because I learned a lot from that process. I learned that, pouring into people is never going to be a detriment. And the person that I hired on, while she was not a great fit for me, went on to do really great things. And I'm glad that I got that opportunity. And it taught me a lot about how to scale in the future.
Well, so when it came to scaling a little bit too fast, how did you learn that you need to make a change?
Yeah, I learned because of the fit, right? The fit wasn't great, but also what came to light was that I had not appropriately built the scaffolding that person needed to succeed. So it was much more about me not laying the correct groundwork for what needed to happen and for success. And so next time that will not be the case.
And that's important. A lot of entrepreneurs don't really understand that, you can't expect somebody to just come in and replicate your work. You kind of have to have it laid out for them, right?
Absolutely. You cannot clone yourself. You have to create standard operating.
Some of us wouldn't want to.
Well, I can't blame you there, Joe. But you can't create anything without, a solid framework. And that, for me, looks like standard operating procedures and really excellent back-end work on software programming and things like that, so that whoever comes on next will be able to provide the same level of service to my client.
And set them up for success, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me, what's a common misconception that people have about your industry?
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception that people have about transaction coordinators is that they're all the same. A lot of people in West Virginia have transaction coordinators that are brokerage-provided, whereas I'm an independent transaction coordinator. So I work with agents from all different companies to build completely customized task lists for them. So they get to keep the parts of the system that they want to keep, and they get to offload the parts that they don't. What that really allows agents to do is save sometimes more than 10 hours per transaction. So that really frees up so much time for them to get back in the community and back in front of people to sell more houses. But it also means that I operate as a business partner, not as a service. So most agents are experienced with transaction coordinators just checking off their standard task list, whereas I build yours completely from the ground around what works for your business and your client.
And what kind of challenges are you seeing in the market today? Is it staffing? Is it funding? What type of challenges are you seeing?
Yeah, I think that a common challenge that we see all the time in real estate is again that rate of change, right? So we've seen a lot of changes around how buyers and sellers are interacting and their expectations. And so we've seen a lot more things like inspection issues come up and things like that. But with a really good system and a really good team, you're able to overcome those objections and get them to the closing table anyway.
All right, so some quick rapid fire questions here for you, Shelby. What's the best $100 you ever spent on your business?
A really great software program.
What does the software do?
Yeah, so the software it allows me to create independently labeled task lists for each one of my agents. That also allows them to have back-end access to a portal, so that if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and they're like, wait, where are we on this thing? And they wake up sweating like the days before they had me in their life, and they can check in and be like, oh, hey, we have these documents, we're waiting on this thing, and we are 2 steps away from closing. So that's a really great investment, both for clients that are agents, and also there's a client-facing portal. So if a buyer wakes up at 3 a.m. and is worried too, they can do the same thing.
Yeah, great. So what's been the biggest waste of money?
I think probably the scalability that I talked about earlier. But, I think that how you frame those challenges, teaches you a lot about moving forward. And so for me, it was worth every dollar I spent there, both for the personal investment and for the growth that I had. But that was probably, just from a numbers perspective, the worst one so far.
So y'all, there's always going to be mistakes. The question is whether or not you're going to learn from them, right?
Absolutely.
So tell me, what is one skill every entrepreneur should have before they start a business?
Yeah. I think that one skill I wish that I had, and I think that is applicable to everybody, is the ability to balance your humility with your confidence. Staying humble, but also staying hungry, right? So I was raised by very Midwest humble people. And so talking about myself and my business is something that is very difficult for me. And I've had to flex that muscle. But you also, at the same time, have to remember that you're providing a service to people, and that if you're not making their life better at the end of the day, you're not doing what you need to do.
Have to promote, right?
Absolutely.
What new skill are you working on today?
Yeah. So I am learning a lot about how to help my agents with things like sales funnels and Zillow and things like that. So doing a lot of numbers, a lot of calculations, a lot of spreadsheets about how to help grow their business and how I can be a part of that.
So as we're kind of wrapping up here, Shelby, tell me, what is one thing that you stand by, one principle, one belief that you stand by even when the haters tell you you're wrong?
Service first. Service first. I really believe in servant leadership, and if I'm there to help you, at the end of the day, mistakes are going to happen, but if we're on that same team and we're serving each other, it's going to go right off like a rocket ship.
Right. So if people want to learn more about what you do or get in touch with you, how do they do that?
Yeah, so they can find me online at bereal.biz. That's B like a bumblebee, buzz, BEEREAL.biz. They can also find me on Facebook, and I'm available on Instagram as well.
Shelby, thank you so much for joining us here today. Thank you for watching and listening. This is Joe Justice, the Kanawha Valley Hustler, reminding you to hustle hard, hustle smart, and hustle with a smile.